Hi Caillou, I'm glad you came to study today.
Yeah,
How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Good. Did you surf today?
No, but I think in surfing after this class.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's begin with lesson 1.
Lesson.
Okay, can you read?
Yeah. Many others have tried to give a report of the things that happened among us to complete God's plan. What they have written agrees with what we learned from the people who saw the events from the beginning. They also served God by telling people His message. I studied it all carefully
Carefully.
from the beginning. Then I decided to write it down for you in an organized way. I did this so that you can be sure that what you have been taught is true.
Okay, you did a really nice job. 2 things. This word should be written. Written. And?
But the word right is
Yes, it's a
different.
form of the word right, exactly. Written is a form of the verb right, but when we add the en to the end, we make the written. Yes.
It's like I think in the last lesson that you say to me, do you remember?
Yes, I do remember. Yeah. So many times we change the sound of the letter if we change the verb. So written and something. Oh yes, this one. Studied. Yes.
Studied.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the words. What is a report?
Report is when you describe histories.
That's right.
But you have to write in the paper, and it's like a formal story.
It is. Yes. It's often people have to do reports in school or sometimes for their job, and it's much more formal if it's written. But also, you can give a report just speaking. For example, if I asked you about your surfing day and you told me, oh, I went to the beach and I rode the waves for 2 hours and the sunset was beautiful. This can be a report, an informal report. Okay. Carefully.
Carefully is adverb.
Adverb, yep.
From care.
Yes.
Care.
And careful.
Means that you have to, how can I say, it's like you, in this case, it's like you studied this slowly.
Yes.
And you pay attention so much.
Yes.
And
you study slowly and you really pay attention.
yeah.
Did you study carefully when you were in school?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't. I studied carefully English, but not math. I didn't like math, and so I didn't like to study math, so I did not study carefully.
Do you remember that what I said to you in one of our class?
Tell me
about
again.
my cross.
Yes, you are a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So yes, of course you do everything carefully. I should remember.
And I have to do this.
It's your cross to bear.
Yeah.
Studied. I
It's
think
a
you know this word.
Positive point of to be perfect.
It is a positive thing. It's not a negative thing.
You don't know.
Well, it can be negative sometimes. Yeah. I know that you know this word, studied. What about organized?
And you can repeat this pronunciation.
Studied.
Studied it.
Studied.
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 Studied it.
Perfect.
Organized. Organized is.
Organized.
Is when you organize. In this case, you organizing the words to do the stories in the
That's
paper.
right. That's right.
But the generally is organized means that you put something in logic form.
That's right. You put it in a logical order.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Logic order.
So if you are a perfectionist, I assume you are organized. Are you organized?
Depends.
Depends on what?
Like when I do work in the university,
Yes.
I am organized,
Okay.
but my room isn't organized.
Your bedroom is a
Yeah.
mess.
Yeah.
What does your mother say?
You have to organize it.
Okay. Are there any other words you want to talk about in this lesson?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Do you know this word, taught?
Taught is the past of teacher.
It's the past of teach, right. So it's a verb form, the past. Yeah. And how about this word, true?
True is when you, like in this case, you learned the true history,
Right.
the correct things
Correct thing. That's right.
that happened.
Exactly, exactly. So this is a really important word for this lesson because Luke is writing a letter to this person, Theophilus. The letter begins, "Most honorable Theophilus." We don't know anything about the man Theophilus. He must be important because it begins most honorable, and this is a term of respect. So Theophilus must be an important man, but we don't know anything else about him. But Luke was writing a letter to him because Theophilus had learned about Jesus a little bit, but Theophilus wasn't sure if the report about Jesus was true. And so Luke writes a letter to explain. I studied everything carefully. I wrote this report. This is true. This was a long time ago. So there was no internet. There was no website. How can Luke study this carefully? What do you think he did to study this carefully?
I think he did a search with the people in the community,
Yeah,
like similar with this,
yeah.
and he discovered things about this and try to discover just the truth about this God's plan,
Right.
and write this just the truth.
Just the truth.
The true
Exactly.
stories.
Just the true stories. Exactly. Do you know the English word for, okay, imagine if Luke goes to talk to a person in the community about Jesus and he asks them questions. Do you know the English word for this? When you go to someone and you ask them questions about something.
Interview.
Interview, yes, exactly, an interview. So maybe he interviewed the people. Good. Do you have any questions about this lesson?
I don't think so, but if you want, you can ask.
Okay, what do you think is the most important idea from this lesson?
I think this is the most important idea is you know the truth, studied the writing that Lucas did, and you have to have something to study. In this case is the Bible,
Yes,
and Lucas helping to write the Bible.
that's right. That's right. Okay, one more question. Luke tells Theophilus that this is true. It's history. Luke tells Theophilus that he researched it very carefully, that he put everything in an organized way. Do you think Theophilus will believe him?
In Lucas or in Jesus?
That's a good question. Do you think that Theophilus will believe that everything Luke wrote is the truth?
I think he don't believe.
You think he won't believe? Why?
Because Luke writing this for Theophilus studied and see that the true stories, but because Theophilus didn't believe, and when the person don't believe, it's hard to believe.
Yeah.
Suddenly.
Yeah.
And I think Theophilus won't believe.
I think you're right. I think it's possible that Theophilus won't believe. Like you said, if someone doesn't believe in Jesus, it's difficult to change that idea. They have in their mind that they don't believe, and just reading, I don't know, it would be difficult to believe. What if Theophilus could see everything, could see these stories, could talk to Jesus, do you remember the word we talked about, witness? Witness, this word? Witness is if you are standing on the street and two cars crash and you see the cars crash, you are a witness. Maybe the police will come and talk to you and say, oh, what did you see? How did the cars, okay, that's witness. So if Theophilus could be a witness, do you think he would believe?
Maybe because the Pharisees one example is when the Pharisees saw the miracle that Jesus did, but the Pharisees didn't believe so much, and maybe Theophilus would be a witness. Maybe he believed, but I don't know.
Yeah. You can't predict.
Yeah.
Some people, they read and they believe. Some people, they see and they don't believe. So it's difficult to decide. Okay. Good job. Thanks.